Time the fuck out. I didn't even get started on what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Bro, that movie was crazy.
Crazy, Frankie. Yeah.
I was like, what are specials tonight? Yes.
That sounds
no
good.
problem.
I'll have that.
Hey everybody, Specialist in Nothing, back at you again, talking about everything, specializing in nothing. My name is Frank. As always, Joe and Danny, you guys want to say what's up?
What up? What up?
How you doing? I almost forgot to say hello. I was waiting.
Same. He's like, "Oh, you guys want to say what up?" And I'm like,
Oh, you mean you didn't remember?
Like my memory is shot.
"What's the topic?"
Joe hates when we try and do that.
I hate it. I know.
And now
So
he
so
just
corny. It's
But
just
sometimes
corny.
it fit well. Like that was a good one.
That was good up until Joe said something.
Right,
To be
that was
honest,
a good one. I thought.
Like, this
It
one's
was
on you.
just. It was good, but it's just corny.
then you had to say something and fuck it up.
Corn. Frank actually said something first.
Because I knew Danny was gonna roll with it because he likes it.
You have to just roll with it. What's gonna happen?
Oh man. So yeah, we're talking about memories tonight. What is
Frank's
memory?
still sick, so
I am still sick.
You can hear that shit in your voice.
and Danny's not vaxxed and thinks that he's not going to get infected through the digital.
Through the digital virus.
Yo, my dad was vaxxed. He still got caught. He still got COVID.
I don't care.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
So, what is a memory? I guess I'll go right into Frankopedia quick and just get that out. We haven't done a Frankopedia in a while.
Yeah, but whenever you do it, you're like, let's just get this out of the way. Like, bro,
I bet you
look
everybody's
forward to
so
this shit.
happy.
every
Well, I don't
week.
mean it.
I
Obviously,
know
I
you
don't mean
look
it as a
forward to
bad
it.
thing. What I'm saying, like, yeah, like let's get this one done first because it kind of explains everything. It's a good
Yeah,
story.
because Frank's like, I made this thing up where I could just kind of describe what we're talking about, but like in
No, you love
definition.
you love
Hey,
the term
man,
I'm down
Frankopedia,
for
don't
it,
you?
bro. I'm down for it. I'm telling you, you
I'm
have my
backing
vote.
up.
That's why we have Frankopedia. You know,
All right,
tell them what it is. What is a memory?
So a memory is a learning
My
that has
master was
persisted over
down.
time. Information that has been stored in many cases that can be recalled. So something that you've heard, seen, or anything new, multiple amount of times that it's stuck in your brain.
That's memory. So what drives me crazy is why does your memory get so bad after you turn like 25 usually?
Well, see, why does your memory get bad only on certain things? Because there's some things that like you remember no matter what, like song lyrics, different things, whatever. Like no matter what point in time in my life I ever learned a song, play that song for me now. If I knew the words at one point, I probably still know most of them. You know what I mean?
You know, bro, I
And
still know Mama Number 5.
but there's
Like all
some
those
things
ladies,
like
I like
you,
Angela.
but
all
you
that
could
shit.
ask me like, what did you eat 10 days ago? And I'll be like, like
You asked me what I ate yesterday. I don't remember. You asked me what I ate 10 days ago. I'll tell you.
But
Real
even like
talk.
other stuff, like you guys both talk about stuff that like from back in the day, so many different like things that like we've done or you know what I don't remember so like there's some times where people say a story like, dude, you remember that night when we did, and I'm like, no, I don't remember that at all.
Darren has a really good memory, and he'll be like, "Yo, we went out that night in AC. It was like fucking April
Darren's
22nd,
crazy
and
like
you were
that.
there, and Joe was
He
there.
knows the dates,
You
the
know, like,
times, who
We
was
went
there.
to Teak, 2012.
Remember you met
blonde
that
girl, she
girl?
fell.
Then we left in this specific
Yeah.
car. It had these weird rims.
I'll get
So
there.
Bro, the
Why
kid was
is
smoking a cigarette in the back seat, ash in my face.
So
Like,
why
bro, I'll
is
tell
it
you-
though that like certain people, like certain things stick more than others? What is
Well,
it
let me
about
ask
it that
you.
imprints it into your brain more?
What do you like? What do you think a memory is? Like, how would you define a memory to someone? If you had to describe it to someone who does not know what a memory is, what would you say?
Something that it's funny because it's hard to describe it without using the word, like something that sticks in your head that like you remember, but I don't want to use the word remember, obviously. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Joe, if you could
What?
describe what memory is, how would you describe memory?
How can I describe what a memory is?
Yeah.
What are we in school right now? What is this fucking English? What am I in literature? You young man in the back sitting next to the Christmas tree. Can you tell me how to define what memory is?
Bro, I'm
Bro,
literally just asking you what you think a memory
It's
is.
just I don't know, a situation that you can relate to something else that feels familiar.
A situation that you could relate to something else that feels familiar.
Yeah, think about that.
I feel
Really
like
think
that's
about
more
it.
deja vu. That sounds like deja vu.
Whatever, man.
I
What is
think,
it?
like,
What about you, young man? What is your definition of a memory?
my definition of a memory is not what a definition. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
since you just failed Joe, what's your definition?
since I failed Joe, oh, like a fucking teacher. No, I'm just saying it feels like it's,
Fucking
like it's
kids. Wait a second, guys. Let me ask you guys a question.
Did you ever get
Sorry,
that
dude.
snowboard in the basement? I love you,
Yeah,
bro.
Yo, we're just busting you, bro. Keep asking us questions.
Nah,
but
fuck
seriously,
that.
what's
School's
your
out,
definition?
fam.
What's your definition of a
It's not a
memory?
definition. I just think if I had to
All right,
describe
but
a
what-
memory to somebody,
Yeah, how would you describe it?
it's a thought or something that happened in the past that you can recall by kind of like skimming through like a filing cabinet. You know how like you looking for something in a filing cabinet, you find
A
it, you
mental
pull it up.
Rolodex.
I guess so. I mean, not actually on a Rolodex, more of a filing cabinet. But yeah, I get what you're
Same
saying.
thing.
Wait, like the one from Bruce Almighty?
Yeah,
filing cabinet?
just like that one.
Word.
Just
Okay.
like that one. And it's just your whole life.
Oh.
It's just memories, and that's why, like, when you remember something, or like a smell reminds you of like your third grade teacher or some shit. You know, you just gotta fucking look in the filing cabinet. I don't know.
Something that helps you relate to a certain situation that's happened before. That's exactly what I said. Smell soup, think of something that happened before.
Smell
Like-
soup. I love how
Yeah.
that was an example.
I could see that. I was thinking more like pine or something like that.
Yeah, but you said
and you
soup.
think about something you remember.
It's true. I also said my third grade teacher, so
Oh man,
You know?
great.
All right, whatever.
that's cool. Guy likes
Somebody
to smell
smart
soup.
will realize what went on all there, but
So, what do you think is your biggest memory? Like something that you remember the most, like more than anything. Something something you constantly remember frequently, like a pastime or something like that.
What? Like, what is our first memory or just a memory?
No, not your first memory. Like, what's a memory that you have that you think of more than your other memories? Like, what's your number one memory that you would say you probably comes up in your head more than anything
I don't
else?
think, for me at least, it's not a matter of like this specific memory comes up a lot. It's just I have
Sure.
a lot of random shit that
You sure?
pops up. Yeah.
You sure it's not like the first time you watched 8 Mile?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
No, I was just messing
Where
with
was I the first time I watched 8 Mile?
oh, poor Danny. Man.
you. He does quote it a lot. I'm just saying.
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
I was just making fun. 'cause
Bro,
I was
it's
Yeah,
just-
I noticed. It's like fucking gang up on this motherfucker tonight. It's all good. I'll catch you in the streets though.
Bro, you quote 8 Mile a lot. That's
You
all
do.
that's all we're saying.
Yeah, more than any other friend I've ever had.
More than anybody quotes any other movie. I mean, how
No,
else do
and
we want
you
us to
do
say
quote a lot of movies in general, but 8 Mile still takes the cake.
Yeah, that shit. I got it. It's embedded in my memory. You know, I watched it so many times that you just know all those words to it. I can rap out of the fuck out of every single one of those.
No, I hear
That's
you.
why I should challenge you to a rap battle. Wow, we should do that. We should do that. I'm gonna
A real
talk to you
rap
guys.
battle?
No,
We
not
should
like-
do rap battles.
I'm
Like
talking
an
like
episode rap battle.
yeah,
Oh
I'd be
my
down for that.
god, are you
I would-
kidding
I would
me?
love to hear what you got to say.
I would destroy you guys.
Yeah,
Hear what I
fucking right.
gotta say, bro. This is gonna be
See,
a
I'm-
dissing match, bro. It's gonna be
Okay.
a rap
we
battle.
doing
This is a
this?
rarity for me, but this is probably the one thing that I'm gonna say. Like, I would not do well in this.
That's the one thing you're not
Okay.
gonna do well in, Frank.
I'm,
Frank's
I'm
gonna come
normally
out
very
spitting
confident in
bars.
shit talking and everything, but not in that. I probably sound like Jamie Kennedy in Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh, that's what's up, though. That is what's up. Fucking let's do it. I'll rap battle the shit out of you motherfuckers.
You guys are funny.
So, real quick, on memories, there's 3 different ways on memories typically processed, right? Accessed. And I wanted to get into this because I took a psychology class. So I'm like a genius on this stuff. I gotta just throw that out there.
Teacher Danny,
Wait,
back in
Danny.
session.
repeat that, but closer to the mic so we all hear you loud and clear.
Did I say that I was a genius in psychology? Is that what you want to hear?
Psychology 101, my guy.
That's it. I took a class. Leave me alone. So it's recall, recognition, and relearning. Recall is to retrieve information that you previously learned, like filling in the blanks. Recognition is like when a person can only identify items that they previously learned, like multiple choice. And then relearning is like the amount of time saved when learning materials, like studying for an exam.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's encoded in the brain, it's stored for future use, and then it's retrieved. And that's what actually memory is. And when shit like this happens, it's like you like learning how to throw a baseball, learning how to ride a bike. That shit happens repeatedly. So after a while, you don't have to recall that memory. It's just fucking
Now,
done.
even things like that like get stored and are embedded into your brain in a sense. Things like pain, right? Like let's say you get an injury. When it first happens, you remember how painful it was, but over a period of time, you may think you remember how painful it was, but you actually don't to the full extent. So like you could be like, oh yeah, that hurt, but like you wouldn't explain it as like 10
Like
years down the
remembering a
line.
pain. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
So what does it say is like remembering a pain is something that fades. So why do some memories like fade in a sense like that then?
So I would think that I don't think the memory of pain fades. I just think the feelings fade. Because like if you're in heartbreak, that shit's painful. And you'll remember back even years later, like, yo, that shit sucked. That shit hurt a lot. You won't feel that way.
Well,
you
that's
can still
emotional
remember
pain.
the pain.
I'm talking about actual physical pain. Like if
Like
you get a
what? Getting your
like you get a burn and
toes
you're like,
chopped
oh my
off or
god,
something?
F that hurt, like whatever. But then like maybe a couple weeks later, somebody asks you about it, you'd be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Because
I
your
guess
brain.
so. Or maybe you're just trying to be a big man on campus. Like, nah, I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
I guess maybe.
I don't know. People forget a lot. They say stoners forget a
I
lot.
cried.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
forget everything.
That's very true. I will factualize that statement right now.
Marijuana affects the brain.
I
And
forget about what Danny's definition of memory is. Like all that conversation is like went in and out already.
That's it. It's your short-term memory. It's out the window.
But see, it's funny because as much as I feel like it hurts like the short-term memory and stuff, I feel like it also helps me focus at times too. Like during the thing, like when I'm watching something like a documentary or something like that, I'll pay attention, I'll be into it. But then yeah, exactly. The short-term memory aspect of like after remembering it, it does affect that part.
Yeah, the recall part of it.
Yeah, exactly. The recall. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, your brain can only hold like 4 to 7 bits of information at a time. So that's why when you go up to people and like introducing yourself at a party, you
Who
might
the
have to
fuck-
say their
Where'd
name.
you get that number from?
That's a factual.
I
thing.
only have a 4-bit long memory.
No,
of
4
brain.
yeah, well,
Like,
maybe.
what do you mean?
That
It was on the
drawer that
lower
comes
side of
out,
it.
that file cabinet drawer, it's only 4 bits long, Joe.
That's it. It's one.
On the
two,
7th, at 7.
Stops at 7. It's 427.
No, that's what he says in Bruce Almighty. I'll see you
Yeah.
on the 7th at 7. Oh,
So, but like,
but
if
what
you're
does that
going
mean?
around in a
4
room,
bit. What does that even mean?
you could own. All right, so this is what I'm trying to get at. If you go into a room full of people and you're introducing yourself, right? More information is going to push out the information you just learned. So if you're going there and you're like, remember these names: John, Steve, Peter, Michael, Frank. And then
John,
you
Steve,
come back
Peter,
to
Michael,
somebody.
Frank.
Okay. And then you go into another room: Michelle, Steve, Jonathan, Peter, and Joe.
Yeah, I forgot the first 5.
See? Like that's
Wow, that was the most perfect way I've ever seen Danny prove a point. That was good, bro.
That was
That was nice.
That was good.
Because typically you forget information within the first 30 seconds unless it's like processed and stored and encoded in your brain. That's called working memory.
So
It's like when you're conscious
basically,
about shit.
our brains are filled up right now.
It's like a sponge. No. It's not.
We're
filled
at
up.
max capacity so that when new information
So you
comes,
can't retain any
other
more
memory has to
information.
go out. Yeah. Is that
No,
what you're
it's like
telling me?
that's on immediate, but then it gets processed into long-term memory.
even fucking think about it.
So like when it's short term, it's
I just
I
see
guess-
the cat's tail going by, Joe. Like slowly across the bottom of the screen. I'm sorry. to
You
interrupt
saw
there.
it?
Yeah.
I did. I just saw the tip of his tail just going across the screen. Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
Gravy baby. It's
Don't
all
you
good.
even think
Is
about
that
it?
is that Elsa or Luna?
That's Luna. You gotta clip that. Come on. I think we had everybody.
You have a
on
guest
here.
appearance.
Oh, the cat's not wearing a mask.
That's okay.
Damn.
She goes up here. Who's that? Is that Danny and Frank?
Say
On the
hello.
podcast?
Doing the podcast.
She's cute, man.
You
Yeah.
gonna say hi? You gonna say hi?
Dude, what do you think cats remember shit? You think cats can remember things? Like if you teach a
Cats
dog
have-
tricks,
My
No,
cat
I mean,
smarter
and
than I
dogs.
am.
I would say cats and dogs both have great memory, but cats definitely have better memory than dogs. 100%.
it's crazy. I never thought about like what an animal's thinking. Like when we're talking to them, are they just like, fuck are you saying? Or are they like, yeah, I hear you, but like I'm gonna do my own thing anyway.
No, well, it's just like having a child, like in the sense of like, so when you get a puppy, like there's certain words that they hear so many times that they finally address with certain
Associate.
things and associate it with, and that way, like they know what it is. Like when I say to Opie, like, you want to go outside, he gets excited, runs right to the back door. He knows outside means outside. So I definitely believe the words, and like, yeah, different dogs are smarter than others, just like different humans are smarter than others. So some can retain more than others, you know.
Facts.
But yeah, I
So
definitely think they remember.
They retain that shit in their fucking filing cabinets.
They
Think
got like a
about it, 'cause
2-bit filing cabinet though, probably.
It's not just like information though. It's like what's crazy about it is like in this sense of memory, what we're talking about is, for instance, like you're studying for something, you're relearning and shit like that. But let's call it a memory of the past. You know, let's say you recall, I don't know, fucking your very first memory. That's the truth. I don't know why I just said that's the truth. Can you recall your very first memory? Is what I'm asking you. Like,
No.
I don't know. Do you think you can? I feel like I might be able
You
to.
definitely, I
record.
would say you definitely go way back
Yeah,
early. Because
you're a
there's
weirdo
sometimes
with that shit. You
he's like,
can,
yeah, when I
sure.
was 4, I remember this, and I'm like, what? How do you remember when you were 4, bro?
I
I
remember.
like
It's
two
crazy.
things.
So
My-
I know this is a memory that actually comes to mind often for some reason. But I was 3, and I was walking the halls of the hospital the day my sister was born, and they had the Wizard of Oz and a bunch of different characters painted on the wall in the hospital. And I remember walking through, and then my grandfather came over and said, "Let's go meet your sister." And I don't remember much more detail about it, but that's what I remember. Like that's one of the most clearest memories that I could recall.
That's nuts.
One of
yeah.
the oldest, clearest memories that I can recall, again, saying like very, very short, like pieces of it. But when I lived in Staten Island before I ever moved to Vegas, so it was before I was 7, so maybe like 5 or 6, and I had an air hockey table in my bedroom, and me and my sister used to always like play with like my action figures and her Barbie dolls and stuff like on my air hockey table and pretend it was like a city, like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, like a town.
That's pretty cool.
And that's probably the one thing that I can remember, like from early, and that's probably my one young memory.
So you were around 7, you said?
Like 6 or 7, yeah.
Joe, can you remember your fondest memory? Back when you was a little baby?
I can remember the worst memory when I was a little baby.
Oh,
Okay.
It's nothing bad, but
Oh.
like
It's the worst
it's-
memory, but it's not
I
bad
was-
bad.
it's stupid bad, like for a freaking 4 or 5-year-old. So
Did
I
you
used
get
to be
lost?
no, I used to
Okay.
be obsessed with like this pink washcloth.
Okay.
It was like my thing. Like, I don't know. I loved it. I always had it with me since like whatever. And man, I know specifically, okay, you know, over on Giffords and Amboy, there's the train state, like the train over there. There's that
Yeah.
little overpass. I used to live over there, man, and my dad was walking me. I had to be like 4, maybe 5. I was getting to that point to where a 5-year-old shouldn't be walking around with a pink freaking washcloth. And I'll never forget, my dad took it and threw it over the fucking thing, over into the
No.
train. Oh, I was destroyed.
He threw it right in front of you.
That's right, Dad. I remember this shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. I'll never forget that. Ever. I'll
Fuck,
remember
man.
always.
Do you hold a
Emotional
grudge?
scarring right there.
Do you
from
hold
the
a grudge?
parents.
I do hold a grudge, man.
Oh,
You should
that's-
Yo,
buy
you wanna
him a
know-
pink
you
towel
want it?
and then do the same thing.
You know, I was gonna say, you know what's funny? I swear to God, bro, right now, my whole closet, you won't find one washcloth that's not pink.
No way.
I swear.
No
I've never stopped
way.
using them.
That's
Yo, you
funny.
know I'm gonna be studying that closet next time I come in,
Bro, come here and you're gonna look and you're gonna be like, wow, that's fucking really funny. I have about 10 of them in there.
It was
That's
funny
fucking
because when you
OD.
said the thing before about like Revenge D, I thought of like that. I was thinking of the Dane Cook skit when he says that about the father. How he never took them to the theme park, and then he like takes
Yeah.
him when he's
Oh,
old. And he's
yeah,
like, "This is
yeah,
where the
yeah,
theme
yeah.
park used to be." Like Joe's gonna take his dad to the train station, and be like, "This is where you threw it away. You remember that?" Oh man.
It's crazy. I don't even know. Sometimes I feel like you could remember shit
know.
that happened in such for me at least. I remember my dreams all the time, like fucking.
Yeah, we
legit.
know. We
And like I
know.
have really good memory about that.
It's
I can
fucking
remember
weird.
shit in detail. Like
Yeah,
check
wish.
this out.
Danny tells me
could-
about his dreams, and it's like him describing an episode of a TV show. I
Like,
swear
It's
to
like a
I
God.
movie, bro. He gives you a whole movie trailer.
'Cause I'm like,
And this guy had a Diet Coke can on this table. I'm like, what?
but it was yellow. Do you believe that? Crazy. No, I'm saying like I could record. So my grandparents' house in Brooklyn, I could tell you in detail from entrance to exit all of the details of that house, where the rooms are, how everything looked. They were only there till I was maybe like 11 years in total. I would go there, but like I can still remember every single detail. That's over 25 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
Well, that's something that's memorable. Like that's a
It's like an
different kind of
imprint.
memory. That's what I'm saying. That's like a different kind of memory because that's something that like affected you emotionally. It's something that was like family or whatever. It was like some place that you, I don't know, it was a part of your childhood that you remember. Like it was a different thing rather than like
Information, you mean? Like
yeah,
or-
like rather than information or remembering something that you saw that happened or like whatever, like you went there constantly and it was something that was close to you. You know what I mean?
So-
Because it was a family's house or this and that or whatever. So I feel like it has more of an imprint because of its importance.
But why is it? What drives me crazy is like when you're rethinking of something that happened, like if you close your eyes or whether they're open or whatever, and you start to like imagine something that happened or remember something that happened in the past, you see it in detail. But for me, I see it from like an above point of view. Like I see myself as if
Yeah,
I'm
I
watching
get that
over
sometimes.
myself.
I
You
get
know,
that
like I
sometimes.
don't. When I recall the situation, I don't see it through my eyes. I see it through like a third person or like a different perspective from
I hear
higher
you.
up looking down, which is
like
weird.
almost like you're watching it from like a camera that was recording you while it happened.
Yeah, from like
hear-
the top corner of a room or
I
some
hear
shit
you.
like that.
No, I get that sometimes too. I totally
Why
hear
do you
that.
think that is?
I don't know. I guess maybe because when you're remembering it, you're not thinking about how it was going through your eyes. You know all the
Woo.
details of the room because
Big
when it
bird.
happened, you had already looked around the room. You knew everything that was there and whatever. So now when you're remembering it, your mind is painting that picture of everything
Right.
rather than painting through your
What you-
eyes what you saw and what you were looking at, turning left, turning right. It's putting a whole scan of the room from your memory, not from like a time lapse of you walking through the room.
Yeah. I don't know. I find that to be pretty fucking awesome though. Like when I remember shit, I could fucking see things from different point of views. But that also kind of makes me think, do you always remember the right facts about stuff? You know, like when
I
like
think it depends on the
if Joe
impact.
and I went out to like, let's say we went out to dinner and something crazy happened that day, right? Like let's say we saw somebody get into a fight and someone fell into a pond, whatever, where the fuck we were.
Mm.
A year later, Joe will be like, "Yo, remember when we went to go get Chinese food in the city and we saw that fight?" I'm like, "Yo, we weren't getting Chinese, we got pizza." He's like, "No, it was Chinese food." I'm like, "No, dude, it was pizza." Why is it that he remembers one way and I remember another, with false information being brought into us? You know, like,
Because
Joe, what do you?
to each of you there was a different level of importance, like meaning like how much it affected you. Like
Makes
he
sense.
could it could have meant more to him than it did to you in a sense of like something like your birthday, right? 9 of your best friends came out for your birthday. That's something that for you was so memorable and like awesome. For some of the other people, like me personally, right? I don't necessarily know everyone that was there that night that well because I don't always come out with you guys as much, but Joe does because he knows them more. So now when you're comparing it to me and Joe, to him,
Okay,
that night with some of those people
I'll
might have meant
remember
more
some
to him.
other
Or
things
he'll remember more than
that
me.
you
Whereas
ain't gonna
like
remember. Wow. Okay.
you know what I
Okay.
mean? So
That's
it,
interesting.
to me, I think it depends on the impact of importance. Because, like, perfect example, and not to bring like a bad subject or anything, because this is my number one imprinted thing in my life. I will always remember in full fucking detail the night that I got the call when my mom passed away.
Yeah.
I'll never fucking forget that. I'll never forget where I was, how I reacted, every single thing that followed for the next few hours. I remember it in detail. And that was 20 something years ago. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on the level of importance, how much it impacted you, how much it hurt you, how much it meant to you. I think that all has a big factor to do with the memory.
I would agree on that. So, like, there is something, I don't know. You remember the time, the place, the smell, all that shit. It's so indistinct. Like, your senses really paint that picture. And that's why I think it's so crazy but here's something else that fucks me up. Why do you think that some people can remember a past life?
I don't know anybody.
That's necessarily true. Yeah, but I'm
And
saying
say you
people
need
that
to know
say that
somebody,
they can.
I'm sure somebody was like, I remember this happened. It didn't happen in this life. It happened in a different life.
How do you know
I
that that's
don't
true and they're not just
necessarily
crazy?
believe it. Right? There's not
Bro,
100%.
of course, but like, let's just say, fucking, is everyone?
Oh,
crazy
here
who
we
says
go.
that?
He had to throw it in. We were going so good.
I know, right?
guys.
We almost made it like 40 minutes without Danny throwing some weird
Wow.
left theory out there.
What left theory? I'm just saying. What if people?
Okay, no, let him
feel
finish though, because this is a pretty. Well, I guess.
like you could all right, when you meet somebody for the first time, right?
I got
And
you,
you think that you feel like you already know them because you've seen them or met them before, but you never have.
Yeah.
But you feel like you've met them in a past life, and you just
That's
naturally.
that's
You
just
feel like you know
that's
them,
just
you're not remembering them.
that's just my intuition throwing myself off. That doesn't mean I
fuck is
know them
intuition?
probably from a life past.
Yeah,
do
that's
you
a
mean?
feeling, dude. It's not
My
an actual
intuition
memory.
is
You're
my
not-
judgment of somebody, my feeling, like my actions towards somebody.
Mhm. Yeah, it makes you feel more comfortable. It may feel like you have a bond with them or something
Right.
different,
So
but it's
it
not
gives
in your
you
memory. You're not like, oh, I
it
remember
gives you, like
from
we
this
said
past life.
before,
I don't know.
a
I feel like
situation that
can-
relates to a previous situation. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell I said.
I don't know. I feel like your soul could remember something from that series, and that's a memory
Maybe.
not tapped
Hey,
into.
man.
I don't know, dude.
Who's to say it's not, right?
Who's to say?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I want to. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wanted to
That's
just
not
touch base
totally
real quick
crazy, so.
before, because I was reading up on this, and it's like when you asked, how does your brain store memories? There's like a scientific, I guess. I don't know, scientific.
Do you know it? Did you learn it in psychology?
I can't even say the fucking word.
Danny 102.
This is 101.2. No. There's a scientific explanation. That's what it's like, how your brain stores memories, and it's like a.
You want to ask the
combination.
class if they know the answer?
Do you
to this
know?
one,
Do you
Danny?
know what it is? No, because
No, I
it's
don't.
legit. Like neurons and everything. It's neurons. It's a combination of different neurons and that's dependent on the arrangement of the molecules, and the memories are. What the
No, he's right though. There's a really
like on a molecular level, that shit just is arranged of different molecules, and that's what makes your memory. I don't know.
You're
like
probably
recognizing
right,
a
but
photo and
the
faces
reason why
and-
you don't hear me and Frank talking about it is because we don't know anything about fucking molecules and shit, Danny.
You know what I know about molecules? With the model,
We're
is like a
talking
bunch of
about
balls
the
and
basic
sticks.
realm of memory. This kid's talking about molecules and fucking.
All
I
I'm
love
thinking
it.
about when
I
he was talking
love
about the
it.
molecules was like Encino Man when they're in science class with the balls and the sticks that are in the swirl. I'm like,
That's it?
So that's the only thing I know about molecules.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
This fucking
Oh.
guy. So,
Ow.
why do you think that
So,
memories come back randomly, or like think of them out of nowhere? For instance,
I don't know.
like what can trigger? I mean, anything could trigger a memory, but like what random memories? Like the other day, I fucking had a memory of me being in kindergarten with this girl Jessica Yip, who was sitting next to me, and fucking her folder was up for like one of those test things or whatever, and she just threw it on the floor. And I don't even remember what significance that has to me, but that popped in. That specific memory of my life for no reason.
How do you know? But you don't. It's a total irrelevant memory. How do you know
Yeah.
it's not something that your brain just made up, like a dream? Your dreams are made. It's not. They're not something. Or
Dreams are
Could have been
different.
something that didn't happen. That wasn't a dream that you had a long time
Right.
ago. Yeah, it could have been, and you just remembering it that way because
Right.
the
It
facts
could have been
got messed
somebody
up, like you
else
said.
dropped a binder, but in your dream, you're relating it to this person.
But this wasn't a dream. This was a memory that I had at work
do you
You
know?
yesterday.
just popped up in your brain. I don't know. Maybe your brain.
So you're
used to
saying
get
that
something
your
else.
memories and your dreams are intertwining in life to maybe create deja vu?
No, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what's up now?
That
think-
does make that's makes
Joe,
sense.
you're the king of contradiction.
Nah, because bro, I gotta give you credit where due. That
That made sense. I agree with it. That
Your
was the most thing that you
dreams-
said that made sense.
I
tonight.
know. I'm
That was-
proud of
that was the most
you.
sense you made.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm glad you guys
Good
just
job,
understand
Danny.
on
I
a
hope everybody's
molecular
proud of
level.
Danny. Oh my
Your
God.
dreams and your memory get crossed to create deja vu. That's crazy. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do you forget specific details about certain shit that happened like yesterday, but you could describe like fucking something that happened 20 years ago?
I'm gonna take your quote because I keep reading it on this thing that you made, and it supports my theory. It says from what Vladimir Nabokov, the more you love a memory, the stronger and stranger it becomes. So you could alter the details of a memory. Like perfect example, something could have happened to you that you thought was awesome, but then like a year later you're telling somebody the story, and even though you thought it was awesome when it happened, you want to make it sound a little more awesome when you're telling the story. So
You'll add
became a
spice
little-
to it.
exactly, but when you're telling the story, it might not have actually like be coming
Happened
out to
that
where you
way.
think that you're adding
Yeah.
spice. Maybe you're just thinking that it actually did happen that way because that's the way you wanted it to happen now, or whatever. Like the mind is fucking crazy, man.
I should have played tricks on you
All day, all day.
all day.
All day.
Got some Schmidt on
Why
you.
do you think?
I love it. I
Why
can't
do you-
help it. I'm sorry.
What, you got some Schmidt on your face?
I love that.
I love that. Fucking hilarious. Why do you think you could remember lyrics to a song with such a catchy tune opposed to something that you have to remember for school? Like, for instance,
I
there's
think it's the
songs that I
tune.
hate. There's songs that I hate, but I know every single fucking word to it. But I can't stand that shit.
I think it's just the tune, the pattern. It's easier to remember the pattern, like between the beat and the
Like
lyrics.
a melody.
Right, as opposed to reading a sentence of like or a paragraph of a book and remembering that whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So
Because
then-
like Karen was just doing it with the kids the other day. She was trying to get them to remember how to spell Santa. So she did it to the song Bingo. So she was like Santa, Santa. And the girls knew how to spell it now. And then it was funny because she tried to say something to me later about like the gifts and like this and that. And she was like, she wanted to spell it like so she could say when he leaves it under the tree or whatever.
Right.
And she went to spell it, and the kids were like, "What about Santa?" And I was like, "You can't do that now. You taught him how to spell it."
Damn.
But point being, the music, it does, I don't know what it is, but there is something about it that makes things stick in your head. Because even things in the past that when I was like learning something or you wanted to remember something, you make like a little jingle about it and it kind of just sticks easier.
Jingle jangle.
Well, that's why like when they do like training videos and stuff, they'll give you like catchphrases that like rhyme and stuff that go with what they wanted to teach you
So
and
it
stuff in like
embeds
training
in
videos.
memory.
And it's like corny, but it gets it to stick in your memory.
You know what I fucking can't stand? I'm gonna say this with such aggression. 1877 cars
Oh.
for kids. Donate your card. Bro,
I thought he
I'll
was gonna say something from Carrabba's. I don't know
stand
why.
that shit.
Dang, what?
Damn, bro. That
Why
shit
don't you like the
fucks me
Cars for
up.
Kids
I
jingle?
can't.
It's for a
I
good
don't know.
cause.
It's a good jingle,
bro.
man.
Don't fucking bring this up ever because I loathe that. Because when I was working at the fucking law firm way back when, and we listened to like 106.7 on the regular, I knew the order of the playlist of songs that were going to be going on because that's how much we listened to it. That song came on literally probably every other commercial break.
So basically, as
Embedded.
much as you hear about the vaccine
Embedded.
commercials now.
Just, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Except this one has a fucking jingle to it. So you're going to remember it.
Oh, see, you're giving them advice now. They're gonna make a jingle to the COVID ones. Thanks, Dave.
Okay. Give me a V. V. Give me an A. Give me a no. I don't know.
Oh man,
That's it.
What
Why
were
do you
you
think
spelling? That's VA.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was trying to spell virus.
Oh, VA.
So I was like, bro, what?
Well,
Here,
you're
take
not-
a picture of me in front of this elephant, please. Fucking kid standing in front of a giraffe.
Yo, I was thinking something completely different at the moment.
Hey, bro, see, you just did your little jingle, and it made me remember of a fucking extremely funny interaction we had.
I fucking love that shit.
That's funny.
Yo,
Sometimes I don't know. Why do we remember shit from like smells and stuff? I
does
guess
Frank know about that? We should tell
Frank
him.
doesn't know
real
about
quick, 'cause
it.
It's funny. Frank, we're at this festival, bro. Right? It's music, our music. It's called Electric Zoo, so like it's all
there's
zoo
like
themed.
porcelain animals.
There's like huge
all over. They're
art
painting.
figures
It's,
of
yeah,
animals.
like sculptures.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yo, Daddy's so hyped. We get in. We're walking around. He's like, wow, wow, wow. He goes, bro. He walks over to this huge giraffe sculpture. He turns to me, hands me his phone. He goes, here, bro, take a picture of me in front of this gorilla. Hands me his phone, runs over in front of this giraffe, and I'm like, I'm looking, and I'm like, where's the gorilla? It's a fucking giraffe, bro. Oh my god, it was just
I fucked up. That was a funny
he
one.
fucked
That's a
up.
funny
It
memory,
was so
you know?
funny. It was so
It's just
funny.
hilarious. I can remember that shit in detail.
In so much
funny.
detail.
That's fucking great.
no, that's
Yeah.
a good one. D, you got some good funny things that have happened to you. I gotta say.
Yeah, I do. I'm.
I know this was on the podcast and it was kind of new, but me personally, just because it's a favorite, and I've shared the clip so many times on Instagram. The Kim's Convenience thing.
I
will
knew
always
you
be
were
just a
gonna say
great.
that.
It will just always be a great
Let me
memory
tell
for
you,
me.
dude, it was so funny. You rewatch it now, the way it comes on, just that beginning part.
When I see me and Joe's face, Joe's face, he like. It was so funny. It was the best ever.
Yo, that's just man fucking.
And the best part for Danny was like after he was trying to tell us like don't count me on that like blah blah blah. He just takes his headphones off and goes fuck. Oh, that will
was
forever
really
be
funny, man.
one of my favorite memories ever on the show.
That's a good one.
How about that? Can we close up with that? Do you guys have a favorite memory from the show? Because we've been like, this is going to be the week 46, 47 now, something like that. Like, we're close to 50 weeks. We're getting up to a year now. Like, what's been your guys'
Shit.
favorite memory of this year for the show?
We got time. We got time. What do we got? Like another? Yeah, well, maybe a year. We'll see. Favorite memory? I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's the first one that came to mind. Was definitely when we were talking about zombies, and Joe's like, "You want to go to jail?"
Fuck you.
Yo, dead ass. That is my favorite memory. I was
That was
waiting.
good.
When Frank
That
said
was the
that,
episode you guys ganged up on me.
it literally confirmed to me, like as his friend, that this kid really wants to go to
He's
jail.
trying to go.
Yeah, he always puts himself in a jail somehow.
Oh, you guys are funny.
Yo,
I did put myself in a lot of scenarios
Dude, I
with
was
jail in that time period.
That
That's a
shit
good
was
one though.
funny,
I gotta
man.
say though, the event that we hosted when Frank and I boxed, that was a great time. That was a lot of fun. I think back on that often, and a
Me
lot of
too.
people they're like, "Oh, what?" I'll just fucking bring up out of nowhere. I'm like, "Yeah, so I have a podcast and I box someone. You should check it out." And they're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah, just whatever, just do it." But it's been funny because going into it, I remember being fucking nervous. Like I was hyped going there with Joe. Like we were talking shit to each other on the phone. And then
Mhm.
we got there, we settled everything up, and then I was like, all right, it's fucking go time.
Now the best was after when
nerves
Joe
were
made
on
the
edge.
video. My favorite part was when he got the thing of saying, "I'm not gonna talk to you the day of.
Yeah.
Don't call me. Don't nothing." And then it just cuts to me going, "Hi."
Hi.
No, but-
Literally, bro. We answered the phone. Hi.
But the
You guys
best,
almost here yet? Like so happy.
the best was like I was nervous too, but I wasn't as nervous until after I got popped in the beginning of the second round. At that point, nerves like took a whole new level for the rest of the event.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it to happen. I really didn't see it hit me. And then after I knew what happened and I kind of came to a little bit, like I said, I wasn't expecting to get that feeling, like not to be a dick or shit talking or anything like that. I really thought I was going to fuck you up. So like, I just was
I
like-
remember you talking shit about that too.
I just I really was surprised, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, not being a dick. I didn't think you hitting me was gonna hit me that hard. Like, I really didn't think you were gonna like be able to fucking black me out like that for a second. So after that happened, it was just like, fuck. And then I did. I got into like panic mode for like the last 2 rounds, and that was it, man. So the nerves kicked up for me once we hit that point.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What do you think is better, to be scared or nervous?
Nervous.
You'd
Fear could be
rather be
crippling.
nervous than scared.
Yeah, fear
I
can be
don't
crippling.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's something you're deadly afraid of or something, fear could cripple you, like fight or flight syndrome. Like, I don't know.
But I also feel like if you're nervous, you're just gonna remain nervous.
No.
You know, if you're scared of something or something's happening, you're fight or flight. It's either I'm either gonna fucking do it or not do it. That's it. You have a choice. With nervous, you're still gonna continue, but you're still gonna feel that way. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but
I don't know. I actually think both scenarios could apply to both. Like, meaning like whether you're nervous or you're scared, you could choose to not deal with it or deal with it.
okay.
So, but I think if you're saying which one would be better or worse, I think it would be better to be nervous than scared, because if you're scared of something, again, if it was like that bad of how scared you are, that's worse than just being nervous about something. I don't
Okay.
feel like nervous is as great of a scale. I don't know.
I can see that. So I wanted to do something before, and I tried to fucking figure it out, but I wanted to play like a word association game with you
This is part
guys to
of your
see how your
psychology
memory
101.
is. No. Well, yes. All right, so I'm gonna say a word, and then I want you guys to say what the first thing pops into your head is. There's only 9 of them. I couldn't really find more. I mean, I could have if I wanted to, but all right, I found
Okay.
more. Okay. You ready, Joe?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say a word, and you both say what the first thing is. Ironing board.
Hot.
Jeans.
Okay. Hot jeans. Nice.
What are you ironing? Pair of jeans.
This is true. Okay.
Hot.
Flowers.
Ironing is
Wait, what'd you say?
vines.
Flowers.
Smell.
Vines.
You said vines.
Yes.
All right. Rain.
Wet.
Puddles.
Bucket.
Heavy.
Water.
Remote.
Control.
Lost it.
Lost it.
Pillow.
Comfy.
Soft.
Hammer.
Nail.
Hard.
Toothbrush.
Toothpaste.
Clean.
Needle.
Haystack.
Thread.
Chair.
Music.
Sit.
Paintbrush.
I don't want to say paint, but that's what came in my head. I don't know.
That's it.
Canvas.
There you go. So it's weird how we're all thinking different shit because it's word association. In reality, like,
Oh, like you're
remote
saying how none
control,
of the
that
words
just
me and Joe
sounds like
said
it.
were the same.
right, exactly. Now, there's part of your brain that fucks with that, and there's part of your brain that controls your memories and keeps them and stores them, and everything's different. So this is why you
Thank-
got to question shit.
Thank you for
because-
that hands-on assessment test.
There you go. That's it. I just wanted you guys to be there with me.
What was my score?
Fucking D minus.
Did I pass?
You got a B.
Oh, I've never gotten a B in anything.
Hey,
Yo, wait.
You be sick, bro.
Just because I said that, this made me remember something that just happened to me that I know I've told you guys, but I just kind of want to shout it out real quick on the podcast because I feel like it's such a big accomplishment for me. I got my first million of anything I've ever gotten before. I
Aw.
finally reached 1 million likes on TikTok.
Word?
It's pretty crazy, bro. Yeah.
Over my whole profile, I got 1.1 million likes, and I'm
I called
almost
my
at like
boy and
40,000.
congratulated him.
Yeah, man. So I'm happy, and I'm almost at like 40,000 followers. So I'm happy. It's still
Nuts.
growing.
Proud of you, Frank.
Thanks, bro.
You're doing big things.
I'm trying. I'm
You're
trying.
killing it. You're
I had a
killing
video
it,
hit
boy.
4.7 million the other day.
I can't believe that. I saw that.
Yeah, man.
Me and Alyssa started watching all your shit. We were watching all of your stuff like 5 minutes. Hysterical.
Really? Thanks.
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
I can't believe they
Yeah,
took the
some-
one down with the guy. Bro, that shit was so funny.
I didn't think
Like,
that
one of
was
the most
bad
recent
at
ones.
all.
I didn't think so either.
Yo,
but I
I'll
get
tell you
it.
what. They took one down from me a couple days ago. They said this video was something guidelines, blah blah blah. It was from 8 months ago.
I don't know, man.
8
That
months
happened with
later,
me
they took down
too.
one of my videos.
Yeah, because I had the Beatles song playing in the background of a video that I had, and they took it down.
That's so crazy.
I think it was from like 2000 and maybe 19, and I was like, who's
Probably new
complaining
copyright
now?
laws.
Like, who's bitching about this 2 years later?
I couldn't believe it.
I don't know, but that's that.
All right, boys.
That's
Thanks for
that.
listening to us bullshit about this.
Guys, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Specialist in Nothing.
I almost forgot to say that. Thank you.
I wanted to put that one out there because I've been doing a lot of YouTube stuff lately, and I just wanted to make sure, like, I know that we always shout out the website and our Instagram and all the other stuff, whatever. But please go check us out YouTube. Hit that subscribe button for us. We'd really appreciate it.
You could put a face to the sound of us, and you might be scared at what Frank looks like. So we appreciate your feedback. Frank's like a little grizzly bear.
I have
Thank
not
you.
gotten a haircut or shaved, but I am also in quarantine.
Oh,
I
that's
can't go to the
right.
barber shop before Christmas. I'm not gonna be able to go to the barber shop.
Shave your face. Look like a human being again.
Mhm.
Sucks.
You could be an elf if that's the case.
You could be an elf.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for the likes, listens, shares, follows. Please subscribe to YouTube because
Hey,
We're slacking on that.
hey.
have a good night.